sounds way more exciting than this.
How are you, Mike?
Good. How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Thank you. How did it unfold that you ended up here?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, just the typical free agency process. Kind of narrow down your options and figure out the best one for you. And I felt like this was, the best spot for me to land. So I'm excited to be here.
And what was it about this spot that you felt made it the best?
Obviously, I've a little bit of history playing against this organization for the last 5 years, and have a ton of respect for, the way that things are run around here, and the tradition and all that kind of stuff that is the New England Patriots. So I thought it was a good opportunity for me to come here and learn from a couple other guys that are in the tight end room. Great coaching staff, good opportunity. So happy to be here.
I talked to Juju the other day. He said playing for Bill was a big draw for him.
Yeah.
Was that the case for you as well?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, that's definitely one of the things that you get coming here. So it's definitely an exciting opportunity. A ton of knowledge coming from the head coach. So excited to kind of gain some of that knowledge and kind of see the game from his perspective, and continue to improve, get better in any ways that I can.
I know you haven't been around.
When you dive into Bill O'Brien's offense,
Yeah.
what excites you about
Yeah, absolutely. OB has a great system, and I think it's exciting to just kind of get in the meeting rooms and kind of hear how things are run and terminology. It's very, very basic right now, but it's exciting to kind of watch some tape of how it's been run and things like that. So I think it's gonna be exciting, but right now it's still very, very basic.
Hey, Mike, at first glance, how similar is it to what you operated in with Chad O'Shea in Miami?
Yeah, there's obviously going to be similarities, and everybody kind of has their nuances of how they run it, and all that kind of stuff. But there's definitely some similarities, and obviously with their ties here and all that kind of stuff. So there is some familiarity in terms of just kind of picking it back up.
Mike, you were obviously really productive in Miami 3 years in a row, and obviously last year was a little different. What did you learn about yourself going through that last fall, and how motivated are you coming here and sort of starting new?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just how this business goes. So you got to be able to, be a professional through all the good and be a professional through all the bad, and that's kind of who I've always been. So I thought that was a good opportunity for me to continue to just practice patience and be ready when opportunities are called. So that was pretty much what that was giving me an opportunity to get better at.
Hey Mike, what's your initial reactions to just working with Mac? I know it's only been a couple weeks here, but what's it been like working with him?
Really cool dude. Cool personality. Love the energy and the juice that he kind of brings out to some throwing sessions and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously great arm, accurate, all that kind of stuff. Make sure I check all the boxes because I know everybody's going to want to talk about it. But he's awesome. I'm really excited to continue working with him. So it's been good.
And then a follow-up to that, Bailey. What have you seen out of Bailey since in your short time with him as well?
Yeah, same thing. Bailey's awesome. Love just talking with him, getting to know everybody. All the quarterbacks are great. Everybody's been very welcoming. So it's been really exciting to kind of get to know everybody.
You mentioned working with Bill O'Brien, and I think he mentioned last week when he spoke that he recruited you but never was able to coach you.
Yeah.
So what's that like to finally be able to work with him?
It's cool. It's kind of that relationship from when he recruited me way back when I was in high school, kind of picking back up where we left off. But it's awesome. OB's awesome, cool dude. Really excited to kind of get to gel with him and get in this offense and get to work.
He was telling us your volleyball stats back in the day.
Yeah, no, it's he knew all the the basketball, volleyball, that kind of stuff of him recruiting me back in the day, so it was cool.
You still gonna do the grading? So your touchdowns on?
Hey, listen, I'm not opposed to it. Hopefully Coach Belichick doesn't mind it, but if it presents itself, maybe.
Have you compared yours to Max?
No, I have not, but both could probably use some work.
Mike, you did get together with Mac and a couple other guys to get a local high school around here. What was that like? Just, to get out in the field with them.
Yeah, it was cool, and that was kind of, I came up here and he had reached out to me and ended up staying over at his house and just kind of getting to know him and kind of building that relationship, that chemistry. So it was cool. It was a good opportunity, and Bailey was out there that day too, so it was good for a lot of guys to just gain camaraderie and get to work.
So you said it stayed at Mac's house?
Yeah.
Did you sleep on the couch?
He's got a nice setup over there. So he's got a nice setup in the basement I was staying at. So it was good. Yeah.
Mike, so far, what has been aligned with your expectations coming into New England that you expected, and what's something that might have surprised you just being a part of this organization?
I didn't really come here with any expectations of how anything was going. I was coming in here with an open mind and just getting ready to work and kind of prove myself. And that's kind of just where I've been. Obviously, I knew that it was going to be very structured, which I love. I think it's been really good in that aspect. And then just coming in here ready to work every day, and so it's been a good daily process.
Like I know sometimes they have new players or even just anybody just watch like some old Patriot footage and guys at your position, tight end. Have you done that at all? And if so, like who are some of the players that the coaches have had you study?
It hasn't really been anything like that. Like, hey, go watch so and so. But some of the install tape, you do see some guys from the past. But so I mean, there's definitely some talent that's been here in the past. But definitely just kind of focusing on what I can do to better myself to help the team.
You coming in as kind of two early free agent signings. What's your relationship been like with him?
He's been awesome. He's very similar to what I said about Mac. Just like good energy, positive, good to be around. So it's been fun getting to know him and work with him as well.
Was there any Mike Vrabel on the install tape that you saw? He played a little tight end here back in the day.
We haven't gotten down to the red zone yet. I know that was his specialty, but I'm sure we'll see a little bit of that as well.
Like, have you gotten to know Hunter Henry at all? And if not, what are you kind of expecting along with him?
Yeah, I've known Hunter dating back a couple years, so it's definitely cool to now be in the same room as him. Learning a couple nuances of how he runs routes and how he prepares and just goes about his business. Obviously, this is year 8 for him, so he's had some a lot of success in this league and has done things the right way. So anything that I can pick up from him, it's been good, and he's been a great teammate.
Have you gone with Hunter to those tight end workouts, I think in Nashville in the past?
Yeah, that's where I initially had met him and got to know him. So he's a great dude. Excited to work with him and the other tight ends. So it's been good.
How about working with Vontae again?
Yeah, Vontae, my guy. Yeah, I was super excited to get back in the locker room with him and work with him. Obviously, we had chemistry going back to Miami, so it's been cool, kind of getting back around him, and excited to be teammates again.
Did you chat with him at all about New England during the free agency process?
I had reached out to him, during the thing, just talking to him, and he had obviously nothing but great things to say. So it was fun to kind of rekindle that relationship.
You mentioned the structure. You like that. You had a chance to play for Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, of course, came from here. What is it about a structured environment?
I like it. It's just there's no gray area. You know what you're getting every day, and we're gonna come in here and we're gonna work hard. I think what we're doing right now is gonna set us up for the future. So it's been a good. Obviously, we're 3 weeks in, and it's May 4th, and you don't play a game until September, so you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. But I think it's been good for where we're at right now, and it's been exciting to kind of get around the guys and get to work.
Gone up against the Patriots a few times. Obviously, what are some of the things that stood out about their defenses and challenges that they presented to you?
I think it goes back to the structure I was talking about, and there's that the Patriots aren't going to beat themselves. That's kind of what they've always hung their hat on, and so that's kind of something that going through film and all that kind of stuff. They're going to be disciplined and reliable and dependable and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously a lot of talent on that side of the ball as well. So definitely excited to not have to face them anymore and be a part of that team.
Final questions?
Sounds like you found a real fit here for yourself, which is obviously, like you mentioned, a big part of free agency. Is there anything we haven't talked about that makes you feel like a solid fit in the building?
No, I mean, I try to pride myself on just being a good dude, personable guy. So just coming here and just get to know everybody, build camaraderie, show that I'm going to work hard and just kind of earn everybody's trust that way. Obviously, I was at my previous employment for 5 years, and now here for it's a whole new setup and new facilities and all that kind of stuff. So just kind of getting used to it and trying to earn everybody's trust. So this way, when things get rolling, when the season starts up, everybody knows what they're going to get at me.
What's it been like working with Will Wine? I know he's coaching the tight ends.
Yeah, Will's awesome. It's been really good. Obviously, like a younger position coach, so it's cool. He kind of gets it. He's good at communicating with us, so it's been awesome. Working with him, and obviously he has a history with OB and all that kind of stuff. So it's been good. It's exciting, and I'm just ready to continue to keep working. Looking forward to just taking this thing day by day.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it.